Does a foundation need general liability and or work comp insurance in order to transition from being an employee at your place of work to a private contractor? No, because that would bring the foundation under the jurisdiction, depending on what kind of company you'd be contracting with, especially an insurance company. I don't even think an insurance company is going to take a foundation as the ability to get general liability or work comp. And no, you're not going to have employees through a foundation. You're going to have private workers. And so it was one of the things. I was just talking to an attorney representing $1 billion organization yesterday on the client who is our client, and it's his organization, and he was discussing the enterprise level of dealing on the private. I'm saying to him, it's possible to correlate the public-private sector together, but where you have a corporation and dealing with the elements of being the front, and then you have the private side stockholder maybe being a foundation where the disbursements of stock get issued to the foundation, and then you can have contracted work efforts from employees even to where they are either a corporation, whether they're an employee or whether they're a 1099, whether they're a foundation, whether they're, whatever. And those are all going to be filed on a return appropriately, and a 1099 or a W-2 is going to be issued. So the crossing of a public-private element for corporations where you have employees is the perfect scenario, but the blending of a private side structure that owns the stock, where it's being paid through the stock and is the most advantageous, because then the foundation's receiving the K-1 and has no lawful requirement to file a tax return. So I understand what you're saying, but you don't want to contract the foundation, and the foundation truly isn't a proper representation for an enterprise level or a medium-sized company where you have employees. Employees generally don't know what living in the private is, and they're not going to want to be a private worker because they might have to, qualify for certain things, and they want to have that W-2, so it may not apply. But if you've got a company and you need support or need structure, that might be a private consult that you can engage us in, and we would help you with the structure and what to do. There's all kinds of ways to get this kind of stuff done, and the public-private venue can coexist in a single structure, not necessarily a single entity, multiple entities, single structure, operating as a business, quote unquote.